Tonight at 10, cooler weather has infiltrated South Florida. Enjoy it while we have it. I'm meteorologist James Whelan. I'll let you know how long it'll stick around tonight at 10.
The Fox 29 10 o'clock news starts now. We've got you covered.
Right now at 10, just days after President Trump declares a 2024 White House run, big-name donors say they're moving on.
Plus, a popular dog park will remain closed thanks to Hurricane Nicole. I'll have a look at the damage coming up.
Cold front pushed through early this morning, opening up the floodgates for some much cooler air. I'll let you know how cool it'll get, how long it'll stick around.
We're not new to crime here in Fort Pierce, but that needs to come to an end.
Human remains were found in a rural part of St. Lucie County today. This happened along a dirt road near St. Lucie Boulevard and Taylor Dairy Road. That's where we find Fox 29 reporter Joel Lopez with the latest on the investigation.
There's still pretty little details released about the investigation so far, but I can tell you it's pretty dark out here. Take a look. You can barely see the end of the road, and there's really nothing around but fields. And a person that we spoke with who works out here says he's concerned but not surprised to hear the news.
Vero Beach police tell us a man who was reported missing earlier this week has been found dead. Officers found Robert Bridges today. Authorities say he was last seen Monday riding a black bicycle near Flamevine Lane. Investigators are looking into the cause of death. We'll be sure to bring you updates as we learn more. A crime alert in Belle Glade tonight. Palm Beach County deputies are trying to find two men who held another man at gunpoint. Deputies say the pair forced the victim into his home at gunpoint, demanding he hand over cash. It happened the night of October 9th along Northwest 12th Street. The sheriff's office is asking anyone with information on who the men seen in these photos. You're asked to call Palm Beach County Crime Stoppers. An update about a Broward County firefighter and his girlfriend. Last month, the pair were injured in a fiery crash involving an oil tanker in Delray Beach. Tonight, we can report Brian Aparicio and his girlfriend are out of the hospital. Brian is said to be in very good spirits. The couple were in an Uber headed to a cruise when they became involved in a crash, both suffering second and third degree burns. All right, turning our attention outside, we've noticed a difference in our weather forecast. The question is, will this trend continue and where are we headed? We got a big holiday coming up next week. That's too far this weekend. James Whelan here with all the details. Hey, James.
You're going to skip all the good stuff in the middle.
There's so much to chew on here.
Which is the cooler air that arrived today. Boy, it was nice out. Yeah, it was gusty winds. Clouds around at times, but some peaks of sunshine. Some folks saw more sun than others, but for the most part, a fall-like day here in South Florida with high temperatures only reaching the upper 70s. Right now, some clouds around, but no rain. Temperatures falling off on the Treasure Coast, low to mid 60s right now. We're finally dropping the 60s in the Palm Beaches, 68 in West Palm and 69 in Wellington. That's a good 9 to 11, 14 degrees cooler than the 10 o'clock hour last night. That cooler air pushing on in. And in fact, low temperatures tonight, mid 50s for the Treasure Coast, low 60s to mid 60s for the Palm Beaches. Highs tomorrow back into the 70s. Should be a beautiful day, but we will have some clouds moving in from time to time. I have the rest of the forecast, including the weekend, coming up in a bit.
All right, James, thank you. New tonight, one of the marquee events in the area experiencing some change. News coming out today that Honda will be ending their sponsorship deal with the Honda Classic Golf Tournament. Tyree Smith of ESPN 106.3 has more on this story. Tyree.
Jay, that is when the Honda Classic started. 1942 is when they began their Palm Beach Gardens Golf Tournament, and that will change in 2024. Andrew George also says that the 2023 tournament will pay tribute to Honda one more time. Jay.
All right, Tyree, thank you. Financial support for Donald Trump's campaign may be off to a rough start. Days after launching his campaign, it's apparently happening on Palm Beach. Fox 29's Matt Cesney has the latest details. New tonight, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi says she will not seek re-election to Democratic leadership in the House.
And with great confidence in our caucus, I will not seek re-election to Democratic leadership next Congress.
Pelosi making the announcement during the House floor opening remarks today. The California representative says she will continue to serve the people of San Francisco in the House. The Democratic Party will now elect a new leader. A popular pet-friendly beach and park remains shut down following Hurricane Nicole. Tonight we'll explore the latest options available to homeowners. And soaring housing across the nation. Tonight we'll take an in-depth look at why wages can't keep up with prices.
Traffic can be a Reason number 36 to watch the Fox 29 Morning News. Avoiding jams for smooth sailing on 95. Start your day with the only live local morning news from 7 to 9 a.m. Fox 29. We've got you covered.
Coming in hot for Thanksgiving Day.
Reach is carving up a Turkey Day hack that'll save you hours on the big day.
Whoever you invited, tell them to bring dessert.
Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Watch Fox 29. The Fox 29 10 o'clock news is sponsored by Rubenstein Law. Injured in a car accident or slip and fall? Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Also open on weekends.
A pet-friendly beach and park along the Treasure Coast is still shut down after Hurricane Nicole caused extensive damage. Fox 29's Cameron Uppinger shows us the damage and what pet owners can do until the park reopens, which could be months.
Well, Hurricane Nicole certainly left its mark along Hutchinson Island, especially here at Walton Rocks. Officials say the storm pushed tons of sand from the shoreline to the parking lot, leaving beachgoers with nowhere to park safely.
Animal shelter's desperate call for help tonight. Take a look at this video taken today inside Palm Beach County Animal Care and Control. The shelter is currently over capacity. It's causing staff to make some gut-wrenching decisions in order to help as many animals as possible. It's a heartbreaking turn of events from a little over 2 years ago, where this video was shared to us by the shelter on April 15, 2020. It was the first time in their history that one of 3 kennels was completely empty. The shelter was down to just a few dozen dogs and cats. However, this is the reality they're facing right now. At standard capacity, the shelter houses 100 dogs and 75 cats. The maximum capacity is supposed to be 144 dogs and 130 cats. Right now, they have 194 dogs and 193 cats. When you add in other animals like livestock or smaller pets, the shelter currently has 392 animals in total. And Jane also told me tonight that you can foster pets to help alleviate that crisis they're having right now if you can't adopt right now. So head to Palm Beach County Animal Care and Control. Look at this. If you're a snowbird in South Florida, you got out right in time. It's not even Thanksgiving, and a lot of northern folks are seeing their first snowfall. Winter operations underway heavily in Pennsylvania. They're sending salt trucks all through the streets. Down here in South Florida, James Whelan, it's nice to look at and visit sometimes, but to deal with that, wow.
Yeah, and I think over the next couple of days, so the Great Lakes are relatively pretty warm right now, so always the first couple of storms to move through, you get big lake effect events, and we're going to be in the midst of one here the next couple of days. You're going to see astronomical snow totals in small bands, but still, nonetheless, and one of them may be Buffalo here. We're looking at a foot or 2 of snow is going to be crazy. So basking away in nice weather here. Our chilly 77 degrees down here. yeah, looking nice here. We finally cooled down to South Florida cool, though. You know, it's not that cold out. It's very comfortable. It's getting a little chilly on the Treasure Coast, though. We're talking 63 degrees in Vero Beach. Look at Okeechobee down into the 50s already. Still hovering around 70 for South County, but we have dropped off through half of Palm Beach County into the 60s. And we'll be down into the low to mid 60s in Palm Beach County, a little bit farther inland, upper 50s, low 60s, Wellington, 50s for the Treasure Coast. High temperatures tomorrow. Similar to what we saw today. We did make it to 77 in West Palm this afternoon, and that's where we maxed out. Kind of in and out of the clouds, breezy weather too. Felt nice. Mid-70s tomorrow for the Treasure Coast. The muggy meter starts off really, really pleasant here the next 3 days. Looking good humidity-wise, and then as that front lifts back up to the north, we get on the muggier side of things, and that humidity goes up. Beach and boating forecast. Do have small craft caution tomorrow. Maybe comes down just a little bit on Saturday, but then really ramps up on Sunday through even the middle of next week. Coming up in 30, I'll have that 7-day forecast. All right, so here in the next 7 days, finally Friday tomorrow, upper 70s. Should be a nice day. We will see some sun, but there also will be lingering clouds in some areas. I think Treasure Coast you'll see a little bit less and a little bit more the farther south you head. Saturday, I think we see more sunshine and still a little bit on the breezy side, but with more sunshine, we get a little bit warmer, low 80s, but comfortable still. Then the clouds come in, the rain comes in like gangbusters, both for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday look very wet and unsettled, picking up a few inches of rain, then all that lifts out, and we get a warm Thanksgiving this year.
Take that rain instead of lake effect snow. James, thank you very much. Plus, big tech hit by sweeping layoffs as uncertainty about the direction of the industry grows.
Know first. Steve Weagle at Fox 29 First Alert Weather.
With Thanksgiving just a week away, millions are getting their groceries for the big holiday and getting sticker shock in the process. Analysts say we'll spend 20% more this year for the same meal last year.
Food prices are just outrageous. I think it's possibly one of the most impactful commodities that we're having as a society going up.
In fact, some people are skipping turkey entirely this year to save on money. Coming up this weekend, the Ward Damon law firm is teaming up with the West Palm Beach City Commission to donate 75 Thanksgiving meals to families of Northmore Elementary. Here's how it will work. On Saturday, families will drive through to pick up holiday meals from the law office located at Beacon Circle. The event is happening from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Each bag contains boxes of stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and more, along with a special gift bag for students. Home buyers facing a brutal housing market. Tonight, we're breaking down the latest numbers in our area to help you work around rising interest rates.
There are more political changes on Capitol Hill as Republicans have officially regained control of the House. I'm Lauren Blanchard in Washington. Leadership on Capitol Hill could look like coming up.
Cup has moved to the holidays.
Oh my gooseberries, this is going to make everything wonderful. We're going to need lots of sweaters.
Isn't he getting kind of old?
3,000 more Mbappes!
But just think of the lights. And the U.S. winning it all. A Christmas miracle.
The World Cup on Fox 29 is sponsored locally by McDonald's. Kicking off November 20th through December 18th. The Fox 29 10 o'clock news starts now. We've got you covered.
Price out of paradise. You have to afford a $2,800 monthly mortgge to buy a median-priced home in West Palm Beach. That's out of a new report by Redfin, a real estate mortgage brokerage. It found that across the country, in order to afford a typical home, you have to make six figures right now. In-depth reporter Michelle Casada breaks down the numbers in our area and how realtors say you can work around the high interest rates. Well, the fastest train in Florida is back on track. Starting tomorrow, Brightline will resume testing at speeds of 110 miles an hour. Testing will take place through Martin County and St. Lucie. Law enforcement will be present at all 5 of the railroad crossings from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday through Sunday. Officials are asking for everyone to follow the law around active railroad tracks. It's been more than a week since the midterm election, but the political fallout on Capitol Hill continues as Republicans control the House and are ready to launch investigations while Democrats appear poised for new leadership. Fox's Lauren Blanchard is in Washington with the latest. UVA students struggling to cope with the loss of 3 classmates, how organizations are helping during this difficult time. Plus, the final judgment ends a portion of the Petito family's legal battle against Brian Laundrie's family. A legal win for the family of Gabby Petito. A Florida judge awarded the Petitos $3 million after the family filed a lawsuit against the parents of Brian Laundrie. The Petito family believes Brian Laundrie killed their 22-year-old daughter in 2021. The suit filed by the Petito family alleges the Laundrie family impeded the search for Gabby, and the Laundries knew their son killed their daughter. An attorney for the Petito family said in a statement, quote, the Petito family lost their daughter, and they were also denied the opportunity to confront her killer. No amount of money is sufficient to compensate the Petito family for the loss of their daughter, Gabby, at the hands of Brian Laundrie. Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie were on a cross-country trip when she disappeared. It was an emotional day Tuesday at the University of Virginia, just days after a deadly shooting on school grounds. Students returned to class. Reporter Maggie Marshall tells us how students are now coping. Spreading holiday cheer across South Florida, how you can make Christmas special for a senior near you.
Starting to feel a little bit more like the season here with cooler weather arriving in South Florida. I'll let you know how long that'll stick around and have your Turkey Week forecast coming up.
Oh, get ready to celebrate the holiday season with a free breakfast with Old St. Nick. New Horizons of the Treasure Coast is gearing up for their 6th annual Breakfast with Santa. Children up to age 17 will get a complimentary pancake breakfast with all the fixings and a photo with Santa. Adult admission is $5, or you can bring an unwrapped toy or gift card. The fun kicks off Saturday, December 3rd from 8 a.m. to noon at St. Lucie Met's Clover Park. The Senior Resource Association is looking to spread Christmas cheer to senior citizens. The organization is hosting its 5th annual Santa for Seniors gift drive. The goal is to donate 1,000 gifts to seniors living in Indian River County. The SRA will be collecting donations from now until December 9th at all 3 locations in Vero Beach and Sebastian. We need some winter weather here. We got a little piece of it today. When you walked outside, you could tell the humidity dropped just a little bit, so we'll take it.
I don't know if you call it window opening yet.
Not yet. I would go with that either.
Window at night, maybe, maybe a little bit. But I think we're going to be watching, the snow from up north down here, and at least be thankful that we're not getting that. But we will get the warm cousin of that, which is rain. We're going to see that coming our way. But for now, enjoy the cooler weather and the dry weather while we have it. Still a little bit of a breezy northerly flow across the area, blowing in some clouds from time to time. No rain in any of that. We're dropping off in the 50s here, 55 in Okeechobee, dropping in the 50s in Sebastian, getting through the 60s now in the Palm Beaches, and we'll be down in the low to mid 60s but in Palm Beach County. So a little bit warmer, but it'll be a little bit cool in the morning. Upper 50s to near 60 in Wellington, 55 in Port St. Lucie, and Vero Beach, mid 50s. So jacket weather on the Treasure Coast. Not really necessary in the afternoon, but if you're in the shade and in the wind, it might feel a little bit cool to some. Mid to upper 70s for highs. We'll be in and out of the from time to time, but all in all, a nice day. Watch Vipercast here. We go through the night. You see still some clouds around here. This is Friday as we get in towards dinner time hours. Just a couple clouds, but there is a lot of sunshine out there too. Maybe just coastal clouds, we'll call it. I think Saturday will be nice too. We're looking at, this is in the overnights on Friday. Saturday looks fantastic, some high cloudiness. This is lunchtime. Not seeing much in the way of rain. Wouldn't rule out one of these to have a quick stray sprinkle, but for the most part, some sunshine and pretty nice. Then Sunday, a different story. All of this moisture moves back northward, and we get rain to move back into the picture, and it locks in this pattern for a few days, actually. We're talking Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, looking pretty wet, even spilling into Wednesday. Not as much on Thursday and Friday of next week, so maybe not the entire week, but pretty close. Rainfall adding up to 2 to 3, maybe even 4 inches in some isolated areas. Right along the coast, though, is the best chance for that. The muggy meter, we're going to stay pretty comfortable through Sunday, and then once the front moves back to the north, we get on the muggy side of things. Small craft caution tomorrow. It gets pretty choppy for the boaters. That really peaks out on Monday, and Tuesday will be real rough, even late Sunday too. Temperatures upper 70s and low 80s. Cool in the mornings till that onshore wind starts howling early next week.
All right, James, thank you very much. Stick around. Your local sports is next. Here's what's coming up in tonight's Sports Zone. A local college football team has championship on the mind. Tyree Smith of ESPN 106.3 has more after the break.
You first, giving you a heads up over a week ahead of time. And we knew this was going to happen.
Preparing, explaining, protecting. Fox 29, First Alert Weather.
Good evening and welcome to the Sports Zone. I'm Tyree Smith from ESPN 106.3. Kaiser football just wrapped up their 5th regular season, school history, and in less than 48 hours, they will head to the postseason for the 4th time during that run. That's going to do it for us. Everyone, have a fantastic night.